Fifth graders, it's Mrs. Compton again, and we are going to do some more fun stuff with geometry, or at least I think it's fun. Okay, so behind me, I have drawn up a grid already, and you can see that we have the origin here. So origin, think of the word original. It's the start of something, right? So here is the origin. The origin is 0, a whole lot of 0, 0, 0. X is 0, Y is 0. Now we do have, this is an axis, and so is this. This is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. I literally remembered this was the y-axis as a kid because I looked at the y and I thought, it looks like a long line going down, up and down, just like this. Maybe that'll help you, I don't know. Okay, so you can see that I'm on a grid. We have the origin at 0, 0. It's written like this, 0, 0 is the origin. And we have the x-axis and the y-axis. And over here to the right, I have written down something here. So let's see, I have A, B, C. Those are points we're going to plot. And it tells us where we're going to plot them on the x and the y-axis. So one thing that we have to make for sure that we do is we always move on the x-axis before we move on the y-axis. And something that helped me remember that is the alphabet, because it goes X, Y, Z. So X, Y, Z. So you move on the X first. So just think of those little hints to help you remember how to move on your grid lines first. Okay, so we're going to plot angle A. So angle A, we're going to move on the x-axis. That's this axis. So we're going to move to the 3 first. So we're going to start at the origin. We always do. And we're going to move to the 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now notice there's no 3 there, but we can figure it out because that would be 4 and that would be 5, right? Okay, so we're moving to 3. And now we're going to move on the y-axis. So the y-axis is that 1. So I am going to put my little 3, and I'm going to move up 1. Now notice, I didn't draw a line from 3 to 1. I just plotted a point. And I'm going to name that point A. All right, done. Step 1, easy. Okay, so now I'm going to do B. I'm going to plot B onto my grid. So B says 8 for the x-axis and 3 for the y-axis. All right, kids, remember, x-axis first. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. Okay, so 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to plot that point right there. Now, I can check and make sure that it's really 3 over here. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3. So I got that correct. It's 8, 3. I'm going to label point B. All right, check this out. I'm going to move my A a little bit. So let's check this out. We can connect points A and B. Let's do that. All right. So we've connected points A and B. And so now this is actually called line segment. So it looks like this. Line segment AB. And we actually just put a line segment over it because it's got a beginning and an end. So that's a line segment. And we just used this symbol up top to represent line segment. So this literally means that. All right, so I want you to imagine that this may form a triangle. And line segment AB is actually the longest point in the triangle. Can you imagine where the rest of the triangle might be? So that's 5 units long. How about like this? Did anybody think about this? So maybe you thought about it like that, and maybe you realized that this right here forms a right angle, right? So maybe you thought about that. So yesterday we learned that when you have a right triangle, that's a triangle with a 90-degree angle, The other two angles also have to add up to 90 degrees. So now we know that lines A and B together must add up to 90 degrees when we're thinking about this triangle. Are you ready? We're going to do the next little part here. So we imagined line AB as a triangle, and now we're going to put on point C. So we've got point C right here, and we know the x-axis is going to be 1 and the y-axis is going to be 6. So we're going to move along the x-axis first. So we're going to start at the origin, as always, move over to 1, and then we're going to go up 6. Well, I can see that's 5, so 1 more makes 6. And I'm going to plot point C. All right, I'm actually going to connect the lines. So I'm going to connect C with A. And let's see. What can we say about line CA and lines AB? What can we say about those two things? So let's check this out. I want you to think about it, maybe write down a couple of things. Ooh, maybe you just noticed that this could be a triangle too. Maybe. And maybe you realized, oh, we've got another 90-degree angle right there. So that means these two angles must add up to 90 degrees as well, which then means we can look at this. Hold on, you guys. I got so many things going on in my mind. This is a straight angle. What do you know about a straight angle? Straight angles add up to 180 degrees. Did you know that? If we know that this is 90 degrees and A and B together would make 90 degrees, and these together must make 90 degrees, we can figure out that this angle right here, angle CAB, must equal 90 degrees. But you know what else? We can now figure out a relationship between CA, line CA, that's this, and lines AB. So I don't know if you've learned this before, so I'm going to make sure to explain. So we want to make sure that we are writing down that angles or line segment CA is, what's that word? Perpendicular to line AB. And the way we write this is kind of funny because it actually looks just like a perpendicular line. So we're going to write it like this. Line segment CA is perpendicular. And you go like this. Look, you could put like little right angles in there. Line CA is perpendicular to line segment AB. So there's all kinds of fun stuff you can do in here with geometry. So go check in with your teacher and see what you should do next. See you next time. Bye.